Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to Next on Deck, the NXT preview show. It's me, the GREG, the co-founder of the NAAFP, joined today by the fat guy strangler himself, Kingston Tonga. Kenny, how you doing, brother?
What people fucking Mongo, yo? Your man low key called me Lois Griffin's brother.
Kingston. Kingston Tonga sounds like a Family Guy. Sounds like a damn Family Guy character. Like it's one of Clark Petersmith's.
Rogers. It's one of Rogers' fucking characters, baby.
That's like one of Clark Petersmith's people, Kingston Tonga.
The name is Kingston Tonga, Jamaican balloon enthusiast.
Yo, if a fucking American dad has Roger do that shit, then you know what?
Roger alias. Kingston Tonga. How you doing? Yo, you're supposed to be Jamaican. Yeah, man.
You're making me crazy.
Right. How about you be a doll and get me another one of those? You're making me crazy.
Maybe some pecan sandies. Also joining us, the final Matty, my forever rival. Matt, how you doing today?
Finally, I'm here. I don't know what was up with my connection, but rest assured.
It took Matt 15 minutes to get on just now.
Yeah. Oh, and I was ready. That's the crazy thing. I was ready. I was sitting up here ready, but my connection it was not letting me show. It wasn't letting me see y'all's faces. It wasn't letting me do nothing. But then it like, you know what you always got to just do? Just be like, you know what? Fuck all this. Turn the computer off. Turn it back on.
Yo.
The classic, man. The go-to.
Classic. If something ain't working, yo, I'm more than half of this shit at my job when it ain't working, even though that shit has to do with keeping animals alive. My solution is unplug that bitch and plug it back in to see what the fuck happens then.
That's when I was like, I'm just gonna restart it. But I'm here now.
It's Matt's computer's fault. I'm not gonna blame that.
It's not my fault. It's technology.
Yeah. What's the NAAFP? The National Association for the Advancement of Fat People. Folks, hope you had a great Monday and Tuesday, man.
That's why he called me the fat person strangler.
It's Monday happened. Raw was it didn't go the way I was hoping it would, but it was a good show.
I'm not gonna lie. Part of the reason I chose this name, Kingston Tonga, was because a couple of points during that match last night, I thought, oh shit, they might let fucking Kofi actually win.
Man, he was his ass for a good 5 minutes there. He was
before the fucking bell rang, he was beating the monkey shit out of fucking Gunther. I was like, oh, are they really about to let him revenge fucking Xavier? Hold the fuck up. Ask Matt. I didn't say nothing in the chat until this morning. When Matt put the fucking score in the chat, I was like, because Matt, no, I usually go in the chat and start bitching. I can't believe this shit. They about to fucking let Kofi win. We gonna be down behind.
I knew Kofi was gonna win. That's the crazy part is I fell asleep on everybody's favorite up and coming wrestler. I fell asleep on her ass, just like I used to fall asleep on her ass on NXT.
Yeah, that's the shit I want to. All right, we'll get into Raw.
Let's get into it.
But, because what the Greenville? What are you? What?
Like I literally fell asleep. I fell asleep. I missed that, and then I woke up for the tag team #1 contender match. That literally, I wasn't asleep that long.
You slept just long enough to miss maybe one of the bigger reactions of the night in Lyra. That was weird.
Oh, I didn't miss anything.
Drew came out,
ridiculous.
talk shit. Drew McIntyre comes out, talks shit about Punk and Jey Uso and Damian Priest. Damian Priest comes out and says, "Hey, you say that shit to my face? You want to talk crazy? Say it to my face."
What's up, Randy?
Priest pretty much told that motherfucker, "Yo, everything that happened is your fucking fault. If you'd have, he said you won the belt. If you'd have took your ass in the back, I wouldn't have cashed in on you. But no, your man Priest hit him with the, you've made CM Punk more important than your own wife."
He ain't lying.
I mean, he got it.
That one I think actually hit a nerve with Drew, because Drew kind of looked at him like,
"Oh yeah,
hey motherfucker, we all know about my marital issues I used to have. Don't be bringing my motherfucking wife into this bitch.
We ain't doing this shit again."
Right.
Priest hit him. Priest legit. I think he won the promo battle last night. He walked off on a good line too. Like Drew was. I was so shocked by that. I thought Drew was going to interfere in the main event. It's like, damn, Drew got just assaulted verbally. Like he has to get.
I just knew he was going to interfere in the main event, and he
didn't. Just nothing happened. Then we get to the first match of the night: Io Sky and Shayna Baszler. Pretty good match. Pretty good match. No, we're not. We're not doing that. No, absolutely not. No, we're not. I had to deal with Mongo against my will, which is now a bad word on Facebook. So thanks for that.
Right. That's why I always say Greg now. Greg.
The first time they flagged me for saying that shit, I was like, what the fuck did I do? All I said was, hey, Mongo, look at this. And they took that shit completely down. I was like, what the hell is that? And Greg told me, he said, you can't say my name no more. I'm like, oh, that's new.
That's why I say it. That's why I just go ahead and say just Greg down. I always say it to Mongo. If I say Mongo, it's like I'm saying. Like,
oh,
here or it's in Messenger. Can't do it,
folks. So you see that, right? You see, we say we have to call him Greg now because we can't. We can't say Mongo.
Call me Greg. I just said that.
So since Facebook and everything has said we have to call him Greg, and we broadcast this podcast on Facebook, bitch, guess where you're going in the fucking picks now? No, alphabetical order, not. Motherfucker. Alphabetical order, bitch.
Absolutely not.
Motherfucking medical order, motherfucking bitch.
Not. Absolutely not. Y'all called me that against my will for 5 years.
Motherfucker,
that's charge.
And guess what? Social media said we have to call you by your proper birth given name, motherfucker.
That's too bad.
Where do we broadcast this shit at? On social media.
I mean, hey, Facebook doesn't see it on that sheet pop up, so it's fine. They don't see that. That doesn't count. As long as it's not on the actual Facebook post, doesn't matter.
Hey, it does. It does, goddammit. We gotta call your bitch ass Greg. So guess what, Greg?
I've heard people have changed it to Mango recently, so we can do Mango. Mango works.
Now, actually, Mango was given to you a while ago by our boy Dex's daughter. Big baby Mango. Big baby Mango.
So if we gotta do Mango, then Mango it is, but gotta do what we gotta do. But Baszler and Io Sky. It was a good match.
Okay.
For a second, I thought Io was gonna lose this one, honestly.
Am I literally the only person that wanted Shayna to win?
For points, I didn't, but it would have been cool to see. Shayna,
especially
it's been years, man, since NXT, but I felt like she had that NXT fire back last night. Like she was going after Io's arm. It felt like it.
I wouldn't
really did
Shayna win, but I know at the same time they're trying to build up Io Sky again because last week was literally her first match since WrestleMania, so this was only her second. So I guess they're just trying to rebuild her. I guess she's gonna win.
Then I guess she really honestly should have been put in this tournament if they're trying to rebuild her up because she's not winning the Queen of the Ring. So you just had your former champ lose something major again. They shouldn't have had her in this.
Yeah, that's the thing. Is I was talking to Jack about this recently. It was like the downside to all this, just putting all these great top talents in this tournament, is that some of them got to lose,
You're
and
killing momentum for a lot of people that actually need it.
we're going to talk about that in the main event because people got a little upset about that match.
I think Io's honestly winning. I think
You think Io's going to win the whole tournament or the Raw side?
I think Io's going to end up winning. She's going to come out of the Raw side. I really wouldn't be shocked if she won the whole tournament.
Honestly,
I don't see Jade or Bianca. They're going to have to fight. One of them is going to have to win. Or
I'm gonna be honest with you.
How quickly do they get them out of there? Like,
right.
I'm gonna be. I know y'all think I'm playing favorites, but I think Naya's gonna win this whole thing.
Yeah, it's either Naya or Io.
Because they're back to pushing her like a goddamn monster again, which is absolutely perfect. You know what I mean? And I think her next match is who? Jade?
Jade. He's facing Jade next. So
and
if they're gonna take Jade out, they would take Jade out here.
Yeah. And it only makes sense considering the fact of how Jade eliminated Nia at Royal Rumble. Yeah. So this would be Nia getting her lick back.
And Bianca can win, and then Nia can beat Bianca. Honestly, yeah, because I keep forgetting about the SmackDown side. Because I know, as soon as I said Io is going to win, I was like, no, she can't win because Gunther is going to win for Raw. SmackDown has to win the Queen of the Ring. As soon as you said Nia, boom, that made all the sense in the world. Nia should be winning because that'll get her back on the trajectory of being a dominant force again. It won't hurt Io because, I mean, you'll still beat it. I mean, it won't hurt. It won't hurt Io even if she loses to Nia. It's gonna make Nia look like a beast of all beasts because you went through. You would beat a former champion in Naomi. You would beat the current. You would beat both tag champions, and you would beat another former champion in Io Sky to become the Queen of the Ring. You are a beast going into SummerSlam.
And then on top of that, you can have Bianca and Jade lose, and it not take away any momentum from them simply by having Damage Control interfere in both of those matches.
Well, that's what I've been.
You'll beat up to the rematch, yeah, exactly.
Yeah, the Saudi. That's what I've been waiting on this whole time. Like, as soon as they put them in the tournament, I said they're not winning because whoever interferes to get one of them eliminated, that is who they are going to face in Saudi Arabia.
Exactly.
So, all right, it's either going to be Asuka. Either Asuka's going to magically heal and be fine and dandy, or it's going to be Kyrie and Dakota. Kyrie is going to be some form of Damage Control that we don't own, except for Asuka and Io, that is going to probably try and interfere on this bullshit, just so they can get a quick. Because right now, who's on the poster of King and Queen of the Ring? Cody, I think Becky, they got matches. Bianca and Jade are on the cover, but they ain't got no match. I think Sammy is on the cover. He got a match.
What's crazy is how Bayley isn't on it.
Bayley hasn't been featured on the Mania poster, and it hasn't been featured. I don't know if is she going to wrestle at that show. That's the question.
I don't think she is because she wrestled at Backlash.
But still, like, low key, they still shitting on Bayley, bro.
Bayley's been disrespected ever since she came to the main roster. Always has been.
That's why they gave her that big ovation at Backlash, and Triple H did all that. Like, her first title defense was everything. And it's like, yep, she's not gonna be in Saudi Arabia, but Becky is.
But yeah, Shayna and Io, great match. They got pretty good chemistry. Shayna, I said this a while ago when Shayna and Zoe were going against the Damage Control. Like, Shayna has history with the majority of that team. Like, Kyrie, Asuka, Dakota.
Either she's beat them for the championship or they beat her for it.
And she's put them all to sleep.
Yeah, so she has
Except
great
for
chemistry with all four of them. So yeah, that was a great way to start the show off. Io gets the win here. I do kind of wish Shayna won just because I would love to see Shayna one day be the badass that she's supposed to be.
Right, and no offense, like Shayna's not a spring chicken. Shayna is on the plus side of the 35 range. You know what I mean? If I'm not mistaken, I think she's closer to 40. If anything,
she's in her 40s. She's 40.
Right. Okay. All right. She's already okay. She's in her 40s. Now, I know people are saying, well, 40 is not that old. Could you figure, a lot of these wrestlers won their championships in their 40s, like Trips and all of these other. You're absolutely right. But there is a difference in genetic makeup between male and females that it's different for a 40-year-old female.
We also just don't. I don't think we've ever seen.
We've never seen a female that old,
older than 35, really. Like outside of like the four horsemen who are now like in their prime, but like it really was like 32 and below was when you were hitting your gold, and that was it.
Right. Like
so
Trish when she came back just now.
Yeah.
Like Trish when she came back just now, is she just barely over the 40 mark.
Yeah. So like I don't know. I think I'm with you on just I would love to see her get her shine before she has to hang it up.
Right. Like the female wrestling division overall has the lifespan of an NFL running back. It's like you got to catch it before you kind of hit. Like we all know, a 30-year-old running back is not going to make as much. And that's how they treat the women's division as well. Even though a 30-year-old male is considered dead in his prime. Mm-hmm. It's so weird. It's so weird, and it's a double standard. Oh, Kanisha, you coming to the 40 club? Welcome, darling. Welcome. It's good over here. We get discounts.
Not gonna get discount.
Carlito shows up in Judgment Day's locker room again.
That shit
without a mustache.
Without a mustache. Goatee, no mustache. Apparently, it got knocked onto Dominic Mysterio's face because Dom has a mustache but no goatee.
I just stared like.
What about always said? What about always said about trusting people without mustaches?
About mustaches, you can't do it.
You can't do it. You can't trust nobody without a mustache. You can't trust them. You can't trust them if they ain't got a stash. The stash is truth, baby. The stash brings justice.
What was funny was like later on in the night, Priest will they start a segment with Priest and Dom, and Priest is like pointing at Dom's mustache. He's like, "You keeping that for real? You keeping that for real?"
Keisha looked up
all over the show though.
Keisha looked up at the screen and said, "What's on Dom's face?" I said, "It's a glorious stash." She said,
Just like his daddy. Just like Eddie.
I was worried about Dom because I said, "Oh, he just looking like his fake dad, Eddie. He looking
fake
like his
dad, real dad. That's what I'm
his
talking
real
about.
dad, his uncle Eddie. He's just looking like Eddie." But I was more worried about Carlito. I'm like, bruh, why are you walking around like this? Like, is this initiation in the Judgment Day, or like no, like. It was nasty. That was nasty work. Hey, mama.
There she is.
Right.
The dog of the show. The pod dog.
Whose breath smells like all lamb. Get up out of here, girl.
Don't as much as help. Carlito looks like he drives a windowless van.
I don't know. Why is Carlito Carlito's just been moving funny in the last few weeks. Like, he did all that, ran away from the little people. Now he over here, then he shaved his mustache, and he's begging to join Judgment Day. Like,
you can't tell me he ain't on crack.
You bigger than everybody in the LWO, bruh.
He on that shit.
He might
When
be.
you on that shit, you get paranoid. He on that shit because, like you
He
said,
always think
there's
that
no
guy's
way.
filthy.
Yo, listen, there's no way I'm running from the LWO at this height. So what the hell are you doing running from them? Okay.
Oh man. Well, later on he does get called a coward by Priest, so you know it's just he's just living up to it, I
He's
guess.
not.
Next up we have the King of the Ring match: Kofi Kingston against Gunther, and man,
That was a
Good ass man. Good
damn,
ass
Kofi.
man. What you
Oh,
call it?
shit.
They had the surprise having Lillian Garcia be there,
That's
and
cool.
she brought in Kofi to the ring, which was cool.
Oh,
Got a
so
good
I knew
reaction,
as
too.
soon as they did that, I was like, yeah, of course, y'all ain't gonna y'all making sure she ain't gonna say Gunther. We gonna get and for saying Gunther.
Right? They was like, no, bring that black girl back here. Get up on this mic and say this German man name. This white lady don't know how to say it.
So Gunther gets like to the ramp, like the bottom of the ramp,
and gets
then
jumped by Kofi.
Launched himself through those ropes and then started beating his German ass. Just mollywopped him.
You know what's weird? As Kofi gets older, his dad bod belly sticks out more and his no chest caves in more. So it's like becoming more noticeable. So it's like, yo, Kofi, bro, you got to get back in the gym and get the 6-pack back, because with the dad bod belly coming on, like, I understand it. I feel you. I'm getting it too. A slim dude, when we finally get a belly, it's like just a little belly, legit. Like the rest of us is skinny, but then there's a little belly. So it's like,
I don't know
like,
why you
bro.
said that, and I thought about that meme of that guy who's on the phone and he's like his hands on his side, like
Right.
just like that little gut popping out.
That's exactly what it is. Like, as a slim dude, I'll tell you, like, when we get fat, it's not all of us that gets fat. It's literally just our belly. Literally just our belly. Like, belly man dance. Shake the belly. Like, that's literally what it is. And Kofi, you getting it right now, bro. And you not having a chest is accentuating it. So you got to fix those proportions, bro. Just make everything the same. Like, if the chest is flat, make the gut flat, bro. You can't do that, because now you're looking like somebody stepped on a gummy bear.
Kofi works over Gunther's leg, ties it into the ropes, goes after it. Does a few chop blocks, really going after the knee. And for the first like half of this match, Kofi is really, just taking it to Gunther. Like, oh shit.
Letting it known. He's showing Kofi that Kofi was a vet.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's like, yeah, y'all better do this. Like, Gunther is only, because you got at the same time, it's like Kenny just said, Kofi is a vet. Gunther is only, and I ain't trying to say like just to shit on his accomplishments, but he's only an NXT UK champion and the longest reigning Intercontinental champion.
Right.
Kofi ain't had that title a bunch of times.
Exactly.
Like Dolph. And he had a title that Gunther ain't never had. The world title.
Right.
The big title. So he better. So it makes sense that you gonna struggle against a Kofi Kingston because you trying to make your way up, aren't you, Gunther? You can't
as a former WWE champion.
Like,
right, record-breaking tag team champion.
Right.
Yeah. Like, Kofi legitimately, genuinely is a living legend as far as wrestling goes. Like, the amount of shit he's accomplished, the titles he's held, the length he has held belts. Kofi's not an easy win for anybody. Should never be an easy win for anybody. And it wasn't here. Gunther had to spend the rest of the second half of the match breaking his back in half.
Oh my God.
He hit a tilt world backbreaker and he did it on his bad knee. So he does it, and Kofi's in pain, but then you see Gunther holding his knee.
Right. I was sitting there looking like, oh my God, I hope he's not really hurt. I hope he's not really hurt. That's the
good shit. Yo, and then the part, your man put a Boston Crab and then a one-legged Boston Crab on the announce table, just fucking Kofi ass all up after that. Just, you know what? You're going to hurt now. You gonna hurt now. And that finisher from the power bomb into the Boston Crab is sickening.
Oh,
It's
nasty.
sickening.
Nasty business. Nasty business.
Sickening, bro.
Because it's like he lets them kick out so he can like get an easy turn into it.
Right.
And
He lets
man,
them kick out so they can use their own momentum to bend themselves. Because when you're kicking out, you're pretty much doing like a kip up. You're
You
like
already
scorpioning
did it.
yourself. Right. So he's like, oh, perfect. Ah.
And man, and he Kofi did his damnedest to try to fight, but he had to tap out. He had to tap.
That's like one of my favorite finishes is an original Walls of Jericho. When he got that motherfucking knee right here on the back of their damn head, and he folding their asses like a goddamn pizza box. I love that shit.
The Lion Tamer.
Lion Tamer, baby.
Always.
I don't know why. I don't know why he stopped doing that and went to the Boston.
Boston Crab. Yeah,
that shit is so much better. God, it's so nasty.
Right. Also, you see a motherfucker on their face, and then he got a knee in the back of their head, and he yo. My cousin put my other little cousin in that shit on a hard ass ceramic tile project floor. You want to know how quickly somebody can tap out from that move? It's under 3. It's under 3 seconds.
Gunther also like bent Kofi's body back around the ring post in a way I didn't know Kofi could bend like that. But then he does something in the ring. He does the bow and arrow, and when he gets Kofi in it, Kofi breaks.
It's touching the mat.
Kofi then breaks out of the hold, turns in midair, and splashes Gunther, which was pretty cool. Like it was just a really good. It was a really good back and forth.
It was a
boom drop
that made Gunther open up his arsenal. We saw him do moves we ain't never seen him do all like that before. Because honestly, when he was IC champ, he kind of just did the same stuff.
This man broke out like an inverted elbow drop off the turnbuckle. You know what? He's never done that before.
Right.
I'm gonna give credit to the person who should have beat him, Chad Gable.
And now Chad is
slapping the monkey shit out of Otis.
Also, shout out to Pat McAfee for giving us the second greatest nickname ever for Gunther, the Kang General.
The Kang General.
General.
Is that what they call him? The King General?
They call him not. It ain't gonna be. He ain't gonna be the King General because in honor of Derrick Henry, the Kang, he gonna be the Kang General. He already the Reign General. As far as I'm
Cole
concerned.
said, "I don't want to call him that." And Pat said,
"You don't have a choice, General, baby.
You don't have a choice."
Right. That European elegance.
Pat is Pat a tweener? Because Pat be rooting for bad people if he fucks with them.
Pat also was fucking with Cole. Like when Drew came out and he was Cole was like, "Yeah, this man is a hypocrite," and Drew hears it and he walks over to the table and like puts his hands on the table, and Pat's like, "He said it. He called you a hypocrite, Drew. What are you gonna do, Drew?" Like
Pat
wanted to get his ass whooped.
Yes. Pat wants to get Michael Cole fucked up. Like, why does he have beef?
Pat is an instigator. Pat's an instigator.
That is not his best friend. He's not an instigator is when it's Gunther. Because when he was doing all the yeet and Gunther looked over, he was like, I'm sorry.
Yeah. Gunther straight bitched him out with that one.
That man put the fear of God in the Pat McAfee.
Pat sat his fucking ass the fuck down.
Pat was like, I don't want to be chopped. I'm sorry, sir.
We then get to oh god, I forgot about this. We have Bronson Reed and Akira Tozawa. Speaking of Chad Gable, that squash.
Beyond squash. Beyond squash.
Easy points for DX. Congrats to y'all for that. Yeah.
Next up was Adam Pearce talking about the King and Queen of the Ring tournaments backstage, and Braun Breaker walks in, and Braun has a question about why he wasn't in the King of the Ring tournament, and Pearce essentially says, "You're new, it would have been weird putting you into the deep water when you just came up." You're like,
And I would have been like,
Lyra Valkyria is in the tournament. Ilya's in the tournament. Melo's in the tournament. Shit, as far as like people that are new, Melo and Braun make the most sense because they've already been on the main roster having matches.
I'm saying
Mania.
He left him off because he's black. That is why. That is why he left him off. Because he's black.
Well, there's other two new people. Yeah, but they're whites.
One is HBK's black son. The other is Lyra. You're just black. You're just tan. You've been in the bed too long.
They looked at Braun and said, "You might be a nigga. We don't know about you just yet."
You sure you're Rick Ryder, son?
Mm-hmm. You dark.
Why you
like none of them? Like none of them look like you that way. I mean, and then you got Luke Gallows coming out the tan room right behind him. Hey, brother, I see we got the same color.
I appreciate Braun for asking. Like, okay, why am I not in this tournament? He should have damn said it. Hey, Melo is in it on SmackDown. I got moved from SmackDown to over here. What's up? Like, come on now.
He's gonna have to get some pointers from his buddy and just do.
Did you just call me wannabe Shaft?
Bingo.
Like Samuel L. Jackson Shaft? Bro, I don't know if you can see this or not, but I'm white.
I'm telling you, they looked at Braun and said, they looked at Braun and gave him the face too. They gave him the face. They were like, "You dog." That's exactly what they said when he came up to the
even more to Greg's point and to Braun's point, he got drafted to Raw, and like everything about him has been kind of just stunted. The man was getting
it was a bidding war for him to get drafted.
And when he got to SmackDown, he had like 4 weeks in a row where he was just mauling people.
Right. He got drafted to Raw, and they're like, "Hey, King of the Ring tournament.
You ain't in it."
What about Braun? What about him?
Sit his ass down. Sit your ass down.
What about Braun? Braun. What about him? But we got some Braun.
Him around in the background, you know.
We got some
Braun matters.
Braun Strowman walking around in a cowboy hat is one of the things I never need to see again.
Oh, you didn't know that that man likes to wear that shit all the time.
See,
if you ever go to his Instagram, he is always wearing that cowboy hat.
Here's the thing. You know what?
He's gonna be all out there now.
It's what makes it weird is the body shirt that he wears with it.
Yes,
that's what makes like, bro, like if you're gonna wear that, okay, but you can't be sitting around here looking like you got what you call it, a bodysuit on. You out here with the Jeff Hardy shirt.
He likes being. He likes wearing stuff that it just looks like just a string on him. I'd be like, dude, you're naked. That's all. I just look at Braun like, bruh, I see why Raquel like you, and that's the only person who don't like you. But more power to y'all strong ass backs.
Braun looked like he wears outfits that got that dodgeball when they remember dodgeball when their uniforms got switched.
Oh, they got switched. I believe you must be daddy.
Right, and it's the old man. Yeah,
like Braun makes it like that's why it made it. He just blended right in when he was part of the Rosebuds because his big ass was like a bee or something. They're like, yeah, no wonder he was happy in spandex. Just look at what he wears. Like
this motherfucker is.
Meanwhile, Adam Rose looks like Braun.
Yeah, Adam Rose ate a person.
Yeah, that's that Leo Kruger coming back out of him. Next up is Zoe Stark and Lyra Valkyria. Greenville.
Why do y'all like her?
Well, I just want to know.
NWO show, dog.
Why the hell did y'all start doing the
woo?
Yeah, like what
this
the fuck
is ass.
Greenville.
That shit
y'all
was
are
ass
not
NXT.
y'all are not the hardcore NXT watching crowd. Where the hell did you learn to do
That
this?
shit annoyed me at NXT
And
because
why
I'm
were you
like,
so
why
invested in it?
move? That
It's
shit
just-
didn't make
That shit didn't happen the last time she wrestled. It didn't happen her first night on Raw. But damn, in Greenville, South Carolina, that entire audience knew to do the woo.
That shit is ass. That shit, I don't know why NXT crowd does it. That shit is terrible.
Chant. But I just don't know where that makes me wonder because like they talked about how WWE wanted to kind of coach crowds into doing Jey Uso's Firefly mixed shit.
But yeah, we over here going, woo.
Yeah, are you teaching the crowd to do that to Lyra's music? Like, how the hell did they know to do that? And why were you this excited for Lyra Valkyria, but you didn't give a shit about Ilja Dragunov? That's what I'm upset about. That man came out to no reaction. When Jay did something, he got a big old pop. But when Ilja did something, not a sound.
And that's exactly why they went. That's exactly why they went with what you call it over him.
Yeah, yeah, and we'll get to it too. And the thing about that is, I think either direction would have been fine. But anyway, Lyra and Zoe have a good match. I like Zoe's. They've been showing Zoe a lot more lately. Like,
yeah, they have.
Zoe's been she's progressed a long way. Like we said, teaming her with Shayna was the best thing that they could have done for her because it wound up putting her in matches with Damage Control. That's what they wound up doing, which is the same thing that they're doing, teaming Jade up with Bianca and putting her in matches with Damage Control. Because I don't know if we noticed it yet, people, Damage Control, and I'm including Bailey in when I say this, is the bar of what they want the female wrestling division to look like.
Basically.
From Asuka to fucking Kyrie to Io. Like I said, I'm going to include Bailey in this shit too because she started it. Like, and even Dakota. Like, that's what they want the women's division to be as far as your levels of talent.
The Raw women's division it's low key deep, and then once they get healthy, it's gonna be even deeper.
Right, like low key. You, first of all, you never want to bring up a woman's weight, but if you want to break them down, they're almost like heavyweight, middleweight, and lightweights. And for your just like your men's division. Your heavyweight division, your middleweight division, your lightweight division, your mid carders, and the guys below it. Like you Damage Control is the bar for the women's division. So by teaming Zoe up with Shayna, Zoe got exposure to that bar by fighting Damage Control, and now Bianca is getting exposure to that bar by fighting Damage Control, and it's showing, which is why she didn't look horrible in her damn match that she had at Backlash.
Yeah,
because she had time to fight these people in between Backlash.
Yeah, Jade is clearly improved quite a bit. Making that tag team in general just really has helped her a ton. Zoe, again, and I said it when she fucking first showed up in NXT. I was like, AEW and NXT have two like rookies that I think might be big down the road. Zoe, and then for AEW it was Layla Hirsch, who got hurt immediately after I said this. And has been gone since. I think she's been on ROH a few times, but she's been gone. So
right.
But they've been like rocking with Zoe since she showed up. She won an NXT Tag Team Championship. She had a feud with people down there. Came up top, joined Shayna. Hung out with Trish Stratus for a while. She's been.
I thought she was. I'm not gonna lie. I thought her career was done when she did the Trish Stratus thing.
I thought it could have worked out where that would have been the end of it. Yeah. Once they broke up, I was like, she's gonna have to do something big here to not be just left off.
She got with Shayna.
Shayna. They didn't win it gold yet, but they're a great team.
Like, let's be realistic. Dana's career fell off after she stopped following around Charlotte.
Oh, 1,000%. 1,000%. Zoe, her strikes have gotten a lot better. I think that specifically, I think Shayna has done a great job of like showing her how to incorporate that style into wrestling.
Yeah.
But has anyone told Shayna and Zoe that we don't fully connect with the V trigger knee?
Look,
Has anyone
right.
told those two ladies to not? Has anyone told Zoe you don't do full extension on the super kick? Like
Look,
you
right.
don't actually smack somebody's face? Like it's your dog, girl.
What's one concussion a year? You know what? Just that's not that bad. That's most athletes get at least one concussion a year.
Get right back in the game, baby.
Zoe goes for
Zoe's
the 360. So go ahead.
I was gonna say Zoe's getting an Omega style fucking knee. Her and Shayna, like they're trying to get to Omega level with that damn knee that they do.
They're hitting it. They're hitting it for sure. Zoe misses the Z360. Lyra lands on her feet, hits the Nightwing, and they were talking about during this match about how she is trying to emulate the god like Morrigan, some like it's like old like Gaelic. Morgan's like the witch from the
So they're trying to get us to hear about her NXT UK history.
Yes, exactly. They're doing the NXT UK shit. And again, me and Matt were like, why didn't they do that in NXT?
Right.
Now, why are you doing it now when NXT is when you should be making that the thing? You abandoned that all NXT, and now on Raw, you have to have Pat McAfee and Michael Cole go, she's like Morrigan. The like no one gives a shit on the main roster.
I'm gonna be honest. They need a new name for her finisher because I hear Darkwing. Nightwing. I think of Darkwing Duck.
It's called Nightwing. I just think of.
It's called Nightwing. Yeah.
I think of Darkwing. The minute you said that, I was like Darkwing Duck. That's the first thing that popped in my damn. That was my shit.
Low key banger. Low key banger. Let's be real.
What?
Low key banger.
Only thing, of course, the number one is the DuckTales. That's the number one right there. As far as the theme songs.
Yeah.
Tailspin. Tailspin was number two.
Good one too. Man, you kids nowadays, y'all don't know what y'all missed.
Yeah, with our afternoon cartoons, baby.
What? Running home.
Yeah.
And then the bullshit was fucking Gummy Bears came on exactly at 3:00, knowing damn well you couldn't see that shit unless you had a half a day of school.
So yeah, a good match for Lyra. She's somehow getting over with crowds. I don't know
why.
How? Because we've seen people that are like great wrestlers.
Why?
And I hope they get over, and it takes them forever. But for some reason, Lyra is getting over real quick, and I don't
why.
I don't know. Again, she's great in the ring. She's a great in-ring worker, but like we've seen so many people that look great in the ring that get no reaction for like years and have to build up to it. But damn, she is getting Greenville, South Carolina.
That's too random. That's too random. Like it's definitely cool.
Because wasn't that like before her match, they had that promo with her and Liv.
Yeah,
and they were exchanging, and she was like, and Becky was like, "Hey," and I'm like, "Are y'all really trying to shove Lyra?"
Yes, they are.
Now,
you know what though? I will say, I am liking these fight night style promos that they're doing for the matches for the King of the Ring and the Queen of the Ring tournament.
Oh, the vignettes.
I'm loving these vignettes. I am loving these vignettes. They are making each match seem like big match feel with these vignettes, and I'm like, this is okay. They doing it, baby.
Queen of the Ring should feel big. Every match should feel important.
You know who who got that from? That's
JB, baby.
That's UFC right there.
Right there.
UFC loves to do that.
Yeah.
Right, because they'll make you think every fucking matchup they have on that 90 fucking match card is
It's
important.
bullshit. Yeah.
They're like, we got Booty Meat McGee versus Ass.
Whoa,
Like,
whoa.
No
Did-
diddler.
Did I send y'all that clip someone shared of it's like this is what Ilja Dragunov and Jey Uso was going to be, and it was that clip from Key and Peele with the UFC fighters. I will make them see God. Like he knows this is just us talking. He knows this ain't real, right?
Well,
Dragunov trades like he traded for something. It ain't wrestling.
He's training like he knows the nuclear apocalypse is coming.
Right.
He knows he's gonna survive, and he's got to.
did y'all see that new move that he hit a personal best of that fucking like one-legged
Yes,
squat thing that he does?
Jesus Christ!
145 pounds of one-legged squat with his other leg forward. Like, what the shit is that?
What the fuck are you training
A
for?
man with
Who are you?
Why?
since he separated from his family.
Man, it's terrifying.
Why
next
does
up
he
we got-
constantly do 2-finger push-ups? Why?
He's training for something. I don't want to know what it is. I hope whatever
No,
happens.
I do.
I'm dead. I want to be dead when it happens.
No,
He got
I
a
do want to
daughter,
know what
right?
it is.
That's what he's trading for. Her boyfriend.
No, I do want to know what it is
Bro.
because you know what? I need to be on his side. So I need to know what's coming. I don't
Bro,
need to find
imagine-
out late.
Imagine like going to meet your girlfriend's dad, and it's fucking Ilja Dragunov doing 2-finger push-ups with 200 pounds on his back,
Like,
and like
hey,
a bear,
son,
a skinned bear hanging on the wall. He's like, "All right, well, I guess we need to break up. We need to break up now." And it's not
Absolutely
you.
not.
It's all me. I'm not.
Absolutely
doing
not.
it.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. You know what you do? You wind up proposing to that girl on the first date because if you break her heart, he's gonna break you. So you're not gonna not go out on that date.
There's no way out of it. You're just
No, not one bit. You have touched his daughter. You touched her hand. You are now married.
Oof. Let's go on to the next match. Sami Zayn and Otis.
Sorry.
What did y'all think of Otis being serious for like 5 seconds?
I liked it. It was cool.
I love when
Otis
Otis finally
like-
gets serious.
He had like a spinning back elbow. I was like, oh shit, Otis can do that, and it looks convincing. It's better than the fucking Judas effect. He's had some bangers back in the day.
everything
Lara's
is
getting
better
love
than
because he's
that.
friends with Becky. I don't think it's solely because of that. I'm sure that Becky
Yeah.
vouching for her is helpful. I like clearly Sean and them down at NXT saw something in Lyra. And again, she's great in the ring. It's just they didn't build a character for it. And now on Raw, they're trying to make it work. The thing that they had in NXT UK over 2 years ago, it just doesn't make sense to do it now, you know?
Right.
And see, here's the thing. This is where WWE is at fault also because they're expecting their fan base to have watched NXT UK. How we always say
That's crazy shit, really. Like expecting your
They're
fans to watch NXT that is on the same network as Raw the next night at 8, that's fine. To assume that somebody has watched that is understandable. And they usually don't. They still explain who these people are. But to think these people have probably seen NXT UK is fucking wild.
That's why
I think they do, and it goes to the same shit. What I say about right, it goes to the same shit about say about AEW and New Japan. How they expect everybody to know y'all are fucking up because y'all really expect people to. I hate to say this, remember NXT UK outside of Pete Dunne,
Like,
Gunther,
tournament. Yeah.
Dragunov, Tyler Bate, and Pretty Deadly. Literally, outside of those people that I mentioned, you can't expect a lot of.
But also, most of that.
Not
has
even.
like
No,
the
not
same-
even. I'm gonna be honest with you. People don't
I
even
think Rhea
remember
was
Rhea.
more NXT. then
Right.
like,
People don't even remember
she
Rhea
won
Ripley
a belt
being
in
NXT UK.
She won a belt in UK, but she became who she is in NXT.
Right.
And that's what people remember. No, I'm being honest with you. Until you just said it just now, I completely forgot she was in UK.
Yeah, technically, I believe Rhea is the only person to win
Every title.
every title. She has something that no one will ever be able to beat unless Tony Storm comes back to just have a full on run. I think that's it. Because who else was Mako Sakura was no, what is her name? Mako Satomura. Mako Satomura was the last one to have the belt, right? Then she lost it to Mandy, who unified the belts. I can't fucking remember. Kaylee Ray won it.
Yeah.
She's not gonna be like the world champion or the WWE champion. She might be a tag champion.
Isn't Mako still signed to WWE?
Yes. I don't know where the hell she is, but she is still signed.
She's probably sitting at home just getting paid.
I think she runs a school back in where she's from, so she might just be doing that. But she is still on the like. That's one of those where you're like, why the fuck? Why did they draft Odyssey Jones? That's one of those where you're like, why is she still there if they're not using her? I think she's probably got a school somewhere where they're trying to set up shop. So maybe they're trying to
for NXT Japan.
Yeah, that's what I think.
I just hate the fact that they had Lyra in NXT UK. They brought her to NXT and just basically whitewashed her. Like they just erased anything about her for UK. And now she's on the main roster. And they're like, oh yeah, remember that whole chapter we wanted you to forget about? Now we want you to remember. Like,
and you know what's crazy about it? Is when it was happening in NXT UK for the two of us that watched it, it was fun. It was good. Like it really was. The way they were using Lyra was really interesting. She didn't talk a lot. It was really just, it was kind of like their female version of like the Demon Finn Balor.
See, that's the sad part.
It was interesting enough. Like well, it's because by the time this was happening, it was during the pandemic, so they were doing the isolated filming. It was right before they just shut it down completely, and nobody remembers it. Like I remember recently, JD said also to restart my rivalry with Ilja Dragunov, and I was like, when the fuck did he fight Ilja Dragunov? He fought Ilja Dragunov for the NXT UK Championship 3 times, and I didn't remember that.
Wow. Did it come on like a random ass time too?
It came on Thursdays at 1 p.m.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because it was airing over there.
Remember the big feud that we were getting ready to get, and then the pandemic happened. We were about to get Imperium versus Undisputed Era.
Yes, we were. We were right there.
That yes, we were.
Good too. Damn, that would have been sick.
Like Finn was fucking around with somebody in the UK, and then world shut down, and then they were just like Men in Black, sweet,
right there, right fucking there.
Worlds were about to collide, and then the world shut down.
That was going to be a generation.
Part of the world decided to go to AEW.
Exactly.
Yeah, damn, the whole half of the feud went to another company.
Yep. Next up, the 4-way tag, the Creeds versus the Judgment Days.
This is when Matt
Balor and J.D. McDonough versus Newcastle Republic versus Authors of Pain. By the way, did y'all see that thing that I sent y'all last night about the theme songs?
Which about Def Rebel?
So if you listen to the Creed song,
Tyler
Bates' new song, it's the exact same. It's the exact same guitar.
Same shit. They didn't change it at all.
No, the pace is the exact same. It is the exact same chords in the exact same order. How lazy can you be? God, I fucking hate Def Rebel.
And on top of this match, because I was genuinely like, I saw when they set up this match. I woke up in time. It was like my body just knew, like, hey, I don't know what time it was, but it's time for Finn. We need more Finn. I woke up. I'm like, oh, Finn is out here. Who? Oh, JD. Okay. They're not winning. I was like, I started him. Okay, AOP. And this whole time, I'm watching like Finn and JD are not winning. Finn and JD are not winning. The Creeds are definitely not winning.
What is man? I feel so bad for Creeds. Jesus Christ.
It ain't Finn's dick. It's just for Finn. It's just. I was tired at that point. I took a nap. Next thing I knew, I heard ding ding ding. I was like, oh, let me turn around.
Cookies, I love you, bro. I do. Fuck. Holy shit.
No Diddy for Finn. No Diddy for Finn. No Diddy.
Bravo, Cookies.
All Diddy for Cookies, bro. All Diddy.
I don't even.
Just like once.
My homo homie. My homo homie.
Cookies will pop us at least once every show.
Yo.
Oh shit.
Hey, I would have been sleeping regardless. It just had to be Lyra. It just had to be Lyra time. I would have dozed off. If that match, if any match could have happened, I would have fell asleep. I would have been gone.
Holy shit! It was.
I think y'all I did the points today, so that just tells you, like, hey.
By the way, man. If I was right about that shit, man, we would have been looking so good.
Question: when are the Creeds gonna get their time to run?
Never.
When Chad Gable finally joins them,
they got that boys suffering.
Because these boys are putting on spectacular matchups. They are doing everything. Just put them with Gable so Gable can be their fucking manager. And we can have the new team angle.
Yeah. Jesus. Jesus.
Exactly.
Jesus wept. Oh my God. Brother Bear. This is I don't know if we can even show that.
Lord.
Real quick, we'll just pop up for a second. All right, there we go.
I read it before y'all. Y'all didn't see my face.
Oh, I saw your face. That's why I read it.
It's gonna eventually be a slow burn because it started last night. Because
when Chad slapped Otis after the match.
Right.
No.
Got on both of them before their matches. Like, y'all will go out there and you go to whoop that ass. And Maxine, you just need to go do anything. I'm like, oh yeah, he about to.
Don't worry about it.
Then they lost.
Don't worry about it.
He snapped again. Yeah, slowly but surely, the Creeds are gonna probably show up and they gonna beat the absolute dog shit out of Tozawa and Otis.
Bro, did you see when Otis hit that spinning back elbow and Gable? It's like, that's my number one guy, and like he was so excited.
Right.
And then Otis went for the caterpillar, and his face just went from joy and love for his number one athlete to this
motherfucker. I told his ass, don't fucking do that.
That turn would be amazing. Because right now, who's been the innocent bystander of all this? We saw it last night. It's been Ivy.
Actually, Tozawa. Tozawa's been the innocent bystander because all my man Tozawa want to do is just get his little two-step on, bro. His little two-step.
He listens.
That's
though.
All he do. That's all my man Tozawa wants to do.
He's in the group. Ivy's just there. Like he sat, like she was just standing there when he decided to call Maxine. Just basically like, Maxine, you're just absolute ass.
Maxine, you're what did you say? Dumb as a bag of rocks. Like, damn.
Like,
then he told Ivy she'd be better.
Why are you talking to her? She's as dumb as a bag of rocks. Like, damn.
I do wonder, like, is Ivy gonna?
I think she's gonna have to join
them, and then the Creeds swap to Chad. So that's how they split them up. Also, why are Ivy and the Creeds together, but they're not Diamond Mine anymore?
Right.
Because they're about to all be
they
Team
gave
Angle.
her the Creed's theme.
They're about to all be Team Gable. That's why.
Also, that Creed's theme still sucks ass. Jesus
No,
Christ.
they gave her the old Creed's.
They did. So they can still use it. So why are they using that theme?
They gave her theirs to make that Ivy's theme and gave the Creeds that ass.
I hate it. I hate it. So the Creed
Question.
guys.
Why? Here's the thing that I don't understand. WWE is now owned by TKO.
Right.
Correct? Okay. UFC is also owned by TKO, correct?
Yes.
Yep.
Okay. UFC fighters, when they come out to the ring,
They use licensed music. Yes.
they use music. They use licensed music. TKO, I guess,
Literally all the time. Yeah.
settles that so they can use licensed music.
Dabbles.
So why can't they do that for West Wing?
Because fucking Def Rebel has some kind of dirt on somebody, I assume. Like
Tony
son-
Khan is
whose
able
son
to.
did Reggie realize that one of them was
Clive Davis.
Clive Davis' son? What the fuck? Like, what happened?
I honestly, I probably have to look into that because it's probably something to do with licensing. Like they probably have a deal because UFC has always been able to do that. Like as far as I can remember, they've always been able to use licensed music. And WWE, it always comes down to them having to show it again.
I really think
Is it because of how many times it's played? Is that what it is?
I think that's what it comes down
possibly. And I think honestly, I think it's just, you know how like they, just like every other corporation in the world today, capitalism is fantastic. You will cut parts of your business so that you can say, "Oh, we have record profits."
Right.
So they just cut out things that they no longer need anymore. So what they don't need anymore is licensed music. So now when you go back and watch old specials and old shows from other promotions where they were using licensed music, is now replaced by generic shit. Like if you go watch,
the biggest example is the
ECW.
whole run of the original Triple H. Sorry for even for saying it, but Hollywood Hulk Hogan coming out the Voodoo Child.
Yeah, they got rid of Voodoo Child.
Now when you watch that back, it's like.
Yeah. And you know what the thing is? It's like it's not even like a bad song. It's just like compared to
Voodoo Child.
It's not Voodoo Child. Yeah, like it's just not the same, man. Like by the way, that is why physical media is important. That's why physical media is important.
Yes, because
if you have it on your own disc, you can't change that shit.
That's why my mom always used to make me, after a while, when I would get pay-per-views, she would tell me to record them because I didn't know anything about licensed music. I just remember people's entrances were their entrances. So a lot of times, like, watch a lot of that WCW stuff. You're not going to hear and you're definitely not going to hear Smells Like Teen Spirit. You're not going to hear none of those songs because those straight up licensed songs.
Yeah, so the thing about the issue is that even so we see AEW now, they just Tony will just buy rights to music to do it.
Right.
WWE can absolutely do that whenever they want. They just don't want to. TNA uses licensed music all the time. They have given licensed music to Sami Callihan, to Mike Elgin, to a few wrestlers back in the day when
Santana's music is licensed. Santana's
theme is licensed. Tessa Blanchard's one of her themes was a licensed song. Jordan Grace at one point she had a song with lyrics, licensed music. Matt Morgan had a Saliva song for 3 years. So like they can do it. They were
Triple H had a Motorhead song.
Triple H had 2 Motorhead songs.
He was friends with Lemmy though.
Yeah, he was friends with Lemmy. Randy Orton has had 2 different licensed songs. Punk's song is a licensed song.
He's friends with them.
Yeah. Do you remember Busted Open when one of the producers who used to work for WWE said that he had to go through the entire library? And yeah, that's. I think it really is just they said, "Hey, what can we do to boost our numbers for the next shareholders meeting or the next like quarterly profits call. And what they ended up doing was just, you know what, all this money we're paying for this licensed music that we, only use so often. Let's just get rid of it. That's all it is. That's all it is.
I know
we
with the
need to finish this up though. We can talk about this on Thursday, but we got to
Right.
finish this. The main event was Jey Uso and Ilja Dragunov. Great match.
a lot of
Because
folks
it wasn't two people
two of
doing
the
drop
exact
kicks.
same dudes. Yeah.
a lot of folks
Exactly.
had said great match, wrong winner. That's
Yeah,
what a lot
so
of
here's the
folks
thing.
said.
Mhm.
Here's the thing. I of course wanted Ilja to win because Raw had decided to go Ilja over Jey. Probably should have started them both, but I wanted to make a risk. So that's on me. But I thought that either option was good because either Jey wins and Jey's one of the hottest acts they have right now,
Right.
or you are going to make Ilja this super big star coming out of this. Either way is the right choice. They went Jey. I expected a not clean finish no matter who won. But instead, Jey
Beetle.
Ilja down with the spear and then hit the Uso splash. Now, if you watch NXT, Ilja Dragunov is not an easy man to beat.
You
That
gotta kill him.
Fight him.
Yeah, you had to beat the shit out of him for about 30 minutes. Jey beating him with a spear and a splash does hurt a little bit. But again, he's at the beginning of his main roster career. Those losses are going to happen. He can't be indestructible forever.
It took 9 finishes against Gunther for him to die.
Yeah, that's the thing is like when NXT in UK, like they were letting that shit happen, but on the main roster, they kind of, unless you're Roman and Seth and Cody, you don't do that.
Right.
What I thought was interesting was after the match, Gunther comes out because he was talking about how he deserves to be in this spot because he is one of the last few people to beat Gunther. In fact, he was the one to dethrone Gunther and end his longest reign as the UK champion.
Right.
And then Gunther shows up and just kind of stares him down. After the match, Ilja's on the ground and Gunther walks up and looks at him and gives him a look. We don't see what Gunther's face is. We don't get to see that. But Ilja looks at him and goes, a little nod. And then Gunther goes into the ring to look at Jey. Is Ilja going to join Imperium?
I told you.
The way that they looked at each other, it wasn't like, I fucking hate you. It was like,
Understood.
You were right.
Like, I told you.
So.
And my boy Ludwig Kaiser was talking that shit earlier.
Oh my God. Ludwig called Sheamus a bitch. Ludwig said, if Sheamus wants to be embarrassed in front of the fans again, I'll be happy to dish that out to him. Like, Jesus. Okay, Ludwig, he's gonna kill you, but okay.
I'm liking that heart, brother. I'm liking that heart.
That's why when I drafted Gunther, I made sure to say Gunther, not Imperium.
Not Imperium. During the match, Jey and Ilja are just beating the absolute shit out of each other, and they get this is awesome chant. The crowd is loving the match, but when Ilja does his offense, crowd doesn't care.
Yeah.
We love Ilja. We all love Ilja. It's not his fault. It's just the crowd.
And that's why I find it.
They love Lyra.
That's why it's weird that they like Lyra.
Right.
It doesn't make sense.
Lyra, they love her.
That's what makes it real. That's why I think it was coaching.
It has to be, right? It has to be.
For that, yeah. It has to be.
I think by the end, that crowd was kind of finally getting invested in Ilja a little bit. But they wanted Jey to win. They needed Jey to win that match. Jey gets the dub. The Firefly shit, it worked. They clearly coached.
Yeah, it did work that time. I was like, y'all were probably coached, but good job for making it actually happen this time around.
We'll see how long that sticks around.
Right.
Jey and Gunther stare each other down to end the night. Should be a good semifinal match between those two.
Yeah.
I think we'll know who's going to win depending on who is in the SmackDown semifinals. Like if it's like it's Randy and Mello, and then LA Knight and Tama Tonga. So if it's LA Knight and Mello, or like LA Knight and Randy, I think it's going to be Gunther. But if Tama Tonga's in the semis, I think we might be getting Jey and Tama.
Lord,
what do y'all think?
I got Gunther and LA Knight. That's my prediction, and I'm sticking to it. The two NWO people.
Didn't Cole call? Yeah, Jey called himself that, and I guess that's what they're going to start calling him now. Is the Yeeter?
They're going to try and get us to do it. Just wait for the shirt to pop up eventually.
Us Bray fans aren't okay with it.
Absolutely not.
Like, Jey, you're cool enough, man. You don't need to be stealing from this.
They're trying. Refuse. They're trying real hard to get it.
I refuse. There's no fucking way.
Yeah, I don't like it either. It's not worth doing. It really isn't. The NXT show tonight. We got a handful of things set up. Yeah, it's a possibility. I think Matt's prediction of Gunther and LA Knight is probably what happens, but
yeah. Hopefully.
Let's see. For NXT, we have Idris Enofe and Malik Blade taking on the Mud Brothers. We've got Noam Dar taking on Javon Evans, so that'll be probably the best match of the night.
Right.
Yeah.
Ivan now returns to take on Last Legend for the North American title qualifier.
Let's go, Lash.
Let's go, Lash.
In that shit. Good for man. I'm just loving. I am loving the way they're handling Lash lately. They really are.
Tricky.
Not only is she getting pushed up as far as like a title contender, she's getting like actual storylines now.
Right.
Willy Wonka.
Sol Ruka and Izzy Dame in another qualifier. Gotta be Sol Ruka, right?
Right.
You're gonna put the woman that can bounce off shit in a ladder match. That just makes sense.
Right.
And then last but not least, Tony D'Angelo is challenging for a championship tonight, taking on Charlotte Dempsey for the NXT Heritage Cup.
I guess we'll
did he give them back what you call it?
Boys? No, they're still gone.
Okay.
They might be fist food right now. We don't know. Could be gone.
I mean, I guess we'll get a title change tonight. Honestly, if we do, I would not be shocked in some way, somehow. There is some sort of unification out of nowhere between that and the North American title.
Yeah,
I feel like we haven't had a title change on Raw or SmackDown in forever.
Yeah, we don't get them much. I mean, now that like we finally got all the long title reigns out of the way, I think we should start having make the IC championship or the US championship or the tag titles something on TV.
Yeah. We need more TV title changes besides just like it being NXT. You just need more TV title changes because
especially on your big shows. Right, especially on your big shows, like what you do is like you got to give your fans something. You can't just have the carrot dangling in front of them all the time. If you want to find out who wins the title, get the pay-per-view. You want to find out who wins the title, get the pay-per-view. Every now and then, you got to give the carrot up.
Yeah.
And regular TV is the carrot.
I don't see, he's already, the last title shot he had, he lost. So it would just be dumb for him to lose his Heritage Cup. If it was me, he would have lost the title, lost versus Dragunov, and then tried to go focus on Oba. But Sean has different.
Ain't nobody beating Oba. Super Nigga.
Yeah.
And that's the point. He can't. So at this point, they're like, "Yep, you can't fight him. You better go fight for that cup." Because we gonna put all these other boys. He's like, but I'm bigger than Wes. But Wes is a former North American champion.
Right.
You are not.
Right now, telling you right now, Super Nigga's on top. Ain't nobody beating him. I'm telling you, like they got this motherfucker.
You gotta shoot him.
Right, like with an adamantium bullet in the head, like they did with Wolverine, make him forget who the fuck he is. Like, cause
Nah, watch Trick beat him. Gonna beat him up with one damn trick shot. We're gonna be like, what? Go ahead, a super trick shot off the top rope. We'll be like, yep.
Yo.
On that note, we gotta get the hell out of here, folks. Thanks for joining us. We'll be back tomorrow to talk NXT and whatever the hell's gonna happen on Dynamite. We still don't really know.
Right, they'll probably have a big announcement or some bullshit. We're on the road to Double or Nothing, y'all.
Right.
Hopefully we're gonna hear about news about Becky Lynch's contract. I'm sure The Rock's gonna be the one to sign it personally, like y'all.
Damn right, the final boss.
Let me check Twitter now to see if he put anything.
By the way,
up.
real quick, the final boss thing, isn't it kind of fucked up that The Rock just straight up stole that shit from Mako? Like he just took that shit from her, and nobody batted an eye.
Nobody
one bit. Said a damn thing. I was like, "Yep,
the man made Ali's family give him a belt."
That man wanted a participation belt so he could look, and I knew it was gonna happen. I called it. I was like, oh, when he came out with that weight belt, I was like, oh no, that don't make sense. He gonna have a belt, and then out of nowhere,
that man's got titanium truck nuts with the way he acts about himself. Just
listen,
Jesus Christ. You can follow us at facebook.com/Under the Ring Pod and twitch.tv/Under the Ring Pod. You can also find us at Linktree, also /Under the Ring Pod, yada yada yada. You can find me at Greg Bush SK. You can find Kenny, the Fat Guy Strangler, at RockRiffs44. You can find Mike, our current champion,
fucking bitch ass motherfucker.
My forever rival, the final Matty.
Yeah.
Tito, you were nice today, so we'll talk about you at Boreo Maliente. And last
fuck
but not
that
least,
nigga too.
Friend, local news correspondent Justin D. Baxter.
Lawyer motherfucker.
Y'all have y'all good night.
Hey.
A little later.
Do the super.
Do the dog.
Hey.
Shout out Frank Thomas.